Well, thanks for coming in today, Sherry. I got a phone call from my rehab tech, and she said that you were having some problems on your job with the dog thing, or you had some concerns you wanted to talk about. Why don't you tell me what's going on?
I don't want to do this job anymore. The dogs come in and they're matted, they have ticks, they have fleas, they're nasty, they're disgusting. They leave me in the store to groom these animals by myself. And then there's this Chihuahua. He is mean and he bites me every time he comes in for grooming. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to work with animals.
Wow. So this is a big change for you because you were so passionate to begin with about your love of dogs and really wanting to work with them. What changed for you?
Did you not hear me? I said they come in matted, they have ticks, they have fleas, they leave me in there to do all the grooming myself, and the Chihuahua. The Chihuahua is a problem too. I mean, he's a big problem. He bites me every time.
So you're really afraid for your safety with him especially. And you weren't thinking that this job was going to be as dirty and filthy kind of as it is for you.
That is correct.
So there's a piece of you that liked the dogs, but liking like the grooming part of it, but not necessarily like all the cleaning. You had some different expectations for them. It's kind of turning out for you.
I didn't think I'd be left in there by myself, and I don't want to do it anymore.
So there's part of it is not being by yourself on a job that's not working out for you, and the other thing is it's just not what you thought it was going to be
Right,
when you got into it, right?
right.
And so you've have some thoughts about, just even the fact that you've given it a long shot, you've given it a lot of tries, and you're not thinking that there's any hope for it.
I don't want to work with animals, period. I don't want to work with animals. I want to be in an office where I can dress up and be cute and not have to worry about coming home stinky and nasty at the end of the day.
So those pieces are really making it frustrating for you. So I'm not pushing you, and I'm just wondering, is there anything at all that you like about, the environment that you're working in that you would consider a shift to, that you've thought, well, maybe if I did this job in the kind of the store that you're working at, that might not be so bad?
I'm not understanding why you don't understand what I'm saying. I don't want to work with animals, period. I don't want to groom them. I don't want to stock. I don't want to work at the cash register in a store, pet store. I don't want to work around animals.
You've had it. There is no.
That's right. I've had it.
Okay.
I've had it. Now, I want to do something different, and you're my voc rehab counselor, and so you need to help me decide if I can go into an office setting.
Okay, so an office setting appeals to you much more from where you're at. Tell me about this office setting idea that you have for why that appeals. You said there's part of it dressing up, looking cute.
Looking cute. I get to answer the phone. I get to help people at the counter. I don't have to deal with dogs and their temperaments. I can strictly go in and answer the phone and help people at the counter, and I can file things. I just want to work in an office. You work in an office, so why can't I?
So you've really realized that it's more about working with people and things that you're wanting to work with more than animals. So that's really where you really have more of a passion and interest.
Right.
Okay. And this has been really frustrating for you going through this training program and having to be miserable to get there, and you'd like things to start going a little smoother for you and have some more happiness out of your job.
Yes.
So when you imagine yourself in this office setting, what are the things that are interesting about office setting besides kind of being clean? If you imagine yourself in a place, what are the things that you really would like to have happen in the office setting that would be rewarding for you?
I like working on a computer. I don't mind talking on the phone. I like working with other people that are professional. I like working with people that just come in and ask for directions or whatever they might need. I just don't want to work with animals.
Okay. I'm really hearing you loud and clear that the animals isn't working for you, and you'd really like to consider a new vocational career goal here. So we can move on to that piece. I'm getting that that's not work. And I know that you're a hardworking person. You were very passionate about it. So I know it had to have been hard for you to come to this point where you're realizing I need to let go and try something else because that was so important for you. So I get that. And we're wanting to check out something. And in VR, we can really try something else because it's clear you gave this your best shot. We can look at what other things might work. I'm wondering what things you learned as part of that process that you did like about yourself. Definitely not the dogs, I'm getting that piece. What are the pieces that you did like about when you were returning to work?
I like that I completed the training. I like that I gave it an honest shot, and I was there at 7 a.m. in the morning until 9 o'clock at night because they would overbook me, and I worked it regardless. It threw me off my medication some, but I still liked it. So that aspect I did like. because I completed something and I actually went to work and I
that's
worked
important to you.
beyond. That's important
Yeah.
to me, and I worked beyond 8 hours, and I didn't complain about it.
And you're somebody with a really strong work ethic. Then you're persevere. You stick through, and you really like to be somebody who can be counted on,
Yes.
even if it's hard work too.
Yes.
Okay. And you're thinking that you can take those skills into an office setting where people can count on you and you're helpful to other people and giving them directions. Being helpful to other people is really important for you.
Yes.
Right. So have you thought about what kind of what are your thoughts around what kind of office setting that you'd like to work in?
I don't know. You're the voc rehab counselor. That's why I came to you.
Okay. So you're pretty open to, as long as you have those criteria of working with other people and not having the animals come in, or maybe doing filing and kind of working with your hands and some tasks, working
Right.
on the computer, those things would be helpful for
Yes. So what do you
Right.
think? What do you
Right.
think I can do in an office setting?
you. Well, we could definitely explore some of those ideas that I have. I'd be first and foremost interested in what are your thoughts about what would be an interesting environment for you, maybe some place of business that you'd gone before or some previous experiences that you'd have, but what's most important to you, because it's really your life and it's most important that you're happy where you're going to work more so than I am, because you're going to be the one going to work there every day.
But you have to remember, I haven't, outside of the dog grooming, I haven't worked in 10 years. So
Right.
I don't have that much exposure to different office environments
Okay.
and what they're like. I only know what I see on TV and on the internet. So that's why I'm here, is because
Okay.
I want you to give me some direction on where I can go and what
Okay.
location and what's available.
So you're really curious about what is out there and how you could go about figuring that out.
Right.
And wanting some guidance from here, so that's
Right.
one thing. Okay, so if VR was to kind of help you set up some ways to explore different office settings, some different jobs, that would be one thing that would be helpful for you.
Yes.
What else would be helpful for you as you're kind of figuring out which office setting and exactly what type of job you'd like to go for, and to make sure that you have the skills and preparation that you need to be successful there?
I think that's your job, because I'm the one with the disability. I'm the one that has the issues, and I don't know all the ins and the outs. And so that's your job
Okay.
to kind of guide me and help me.
Okay, so if you're wanting me to kind of give some job description pieces of what's really entailed in being an office assistant and that kind of a career scope, would it be helpful if we looked at some information online about what's available on some of those, so you can kind of pick which area of office stuff would be most helpful for you and help kind of guide you through that process?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's definitely something that we can do, and we can schedule an appointment. We can sit down and explore all those different areas. Are there any other pieces that would be helpful to you, as far as we've got the exploring it, looking at a different career goal, definitely looking at the office assistant piece? Anything else that I'm not getting that would be important for me to know?
No.
Okay.
I actually feel like you've heard me. Thank you.
Great. I'm glad to hear that this process has been helpful for you and that you're feeling heard. And I want to just reaffirm that I have heard how important it is for you to work hard and to be appreciated for that work ethic too, that your employer is going to appreciate you and get that piece of you. It sounds like you've got a lot of survival skills and some skills that you learned as part of this process too.
Thank you.